Them and them minions, total villains, raking millions. Their slogan, we shall rise, it was so true. Tell John Public not to panic while them and they sidekick. Swimming in a pool of dollars so blue. Like meat-eating vulture, they neglect agriculture. Mega fans of phony, Mama Guy Caroni, Sweet Man Glenn and Sharma, came face to face with the karma. And it was awful, gone through it too far. Don't need a big mouth to tell them go. Watch her and see they just follow now. Before we regret tomorrow, please. You're setting a bad example. Family values they trample. Go. It's only vice they desire. Now. Before the 5 years expire, like a dog with fleas, a dog on the knees. And a bleeding gold. Now before we end in bankruptcy. Before they empty the treasury, streams turn into rivers, then into seas. Is why I'm bleeding gold now. Immediately. And don't forget your AG code. Now, please.
From the north, covering south, east, and west. This is Real FM.
You tell me candid, they too wicked, far too crooked. That is the frequent comment I hear. One-sided, underhanded, can't be trusted. This is the opinion, ear to ear. For their own abuses, they keep making excuses. Housing crack up over. They unleash their lawyer, set up an inquiry just to get Kid Rowley. But they wouldn't sue the false paper screw. I don't need come close to tell them go. Hurry, pack up your bundle now. Stop fooling the people. The country taking and beating. So maybe we are repeating. Go. They're like a natural disaster. 10 times worse than Ebola. Like a dog with fleas and dog on the knees. And I'm begging, go now. We and I did what we prophesy to the country. Streams turn into rivers, then into seas. Is why I sing it. Now this is my humble petition. Announce the date for election. Go now, please. Accidental, detrimental, could be lethal. Are you willing to take that chance? Much too seedy, they too greedy, eyes too beady. Honeymoon end before the romance. Corruption, but now without check or interruption. That a few might stuff the pocket, but not racket by the pocket. From the constant comments, we get no recess. Before things fall apart and the riot starts. Even in chutney, I'll tell them go. Make it sooner than later. To protect the future, please. For the sake of we children and the next generation. Go. To safeguard our image before Griffith cause more damage. Like a dog with fleas, a dog on the knees. I love you. Yes, Igwe.
Yeah, Igwe. Devon, bless. Independent Talk for Sunday, the 8th day of September 2024. Grenada is my constituency, Real FM is my parliament, where the people's spokespersons, blessed and protected by the ancient of days. Our purpose is to simply bring people the facts, and we could fact check us. Facts has only one side. Opinion is not facts. What to do with the facts is a matter entirely for you, Igwe. We're here to advocate for truth and justice even when it doesn't affect us personally. Justice delayed is justice denied. We're here to advocate for those who cannot do it for themselves. We're here to bring hope to those who are hurting by the actions of this government. Our currency and legal tender is unvarnished information, truth, and facts. Real FM, real media, new media. When anything is, where shame is absent, anything could happen. Like AMIT operates as a government within the government. It has significant power, resources, and privileges. It's a ministry to watch for transparency and accountability. Its ability to spend $100,000 without the standard procurement policy is a cause for concern. Oversight is definitely not in sight. Devon.
Blessed afternoon to all. It's another day, Independent Talk, Igwe, Master Carl. And Master Carl, as you start off opening bat, the whole question of intended corruption is right on the horizon when it comes to this government. And if persons pay attention to that last supplemental bill that was piloted in Parliament, you will see lots of duplication, and so without any explanation. So yes, I think the stage is set, in my view, right, for massive corruption in this country. Right, as you rightly said, with the whole procurement business from 15 to 100,000, laying the way, the foundation for persons to be given contract left, right, and center, right, even underbidding or even overbidding. You will find that. So as a people, we need to pay attention to what is being piloted right now when it comes to the projects and all these things set aside by this government, because they have a golden opportunity right now, in my view, to do a lot of things that is not in sync with governance, right? So the book is open. They have an opportunity to play in lots of money, right? And let's hope that they will do the right thing, right? And so and I've heard the finance minister making it clear that Grenada only got what, $8 million in grants or gifts so far. I mean, $8 million. That's bad. I mean, we expect in a crisis like that, I mean, you're being affected and so on, the donations and so will kick in. But he made it clear that the government only collected around $8 million so far based on what was pledged. You know, so we in for a turbulent ride, and we need to pay attention, very much so. And as the spokesperson for our party when it comes to these programs and so, right, we have to ensure that we filter this information to persons, making them understand, right, what is going on in our country. Right? It is not normal times. It is not normal times, right? Because after the passage of Hurricane Beryl, right, we have seen the deliberate delay, right, to bring assistance, especially to the people of Petit Martinique and Carriacou, right, deliberately, because they are using, this government is using the whole question of Build Back Better to delay giving assistance to the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Now, my whole thing with that, how can you, in good conscience, right, have your people out there in the elements, and you thinking and you planning to build back better? Now, how long that build back better will take place? What will happen to our children and our grandchildren, our parents, grandparents? What will happen to them in the meantime? You would put them under tents, or you will leave them in the schools or in the playing fields. I mean, you people, I cannot understand, right? How you guys governing? People are suffering, right? Suffering under the element. They have nothing. And you talking about build back better when you should be giving the people assistance to help them rebuild temporary, and as you move on, right, you encourage them to build back better. You make it, as a matter of fact, you make it mandatory for they build back better. But in the meantime, you have to ensure that they have shelter. You must. You cannot get away from that. So stop using the excuse about building back better and flaunting on social media with all sort of foolish houses and talking about that's the future and everything like that. Understanding that people have to pay for it. And we paying attention to you all and to all the schemes that you all come in with just for you not to assist the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique and the north of Grenada. I mean, it is despicable when you see the type of houses that you guys are boasting about and showcasing on social media. And so 1-bedroom house for families of 5 and 6 persons. What kind of nonsense are they getting on with? And showcasing that on social media and talking about the billing back process has started. What happened to 2 years ago when you, Mr. Prime Minister, and your party promised 500 houses every year? We're supposed to have what? 1,000 houses in every constituency at this point in time. But I am sure if you go around in every constituency, you will not see 5 or even 10 houses being built by the different parliamentary representatives representing the NDC. You will not. But you know, this program continues to highlight and to bring the information to people when it comes to housing. And we have continuously been beating on the question of housing. And you see this week they start showing up all sorts of things about progress in house we need to pay attention. We need to continue putting the pressure on them. We need to make sure that the people of Grenada is serviced properly. Right? And stop mamagaing and fooling people. And stop showcasing 1-bedroom house for families of 5 and 6. What kind of nonsense you all getting on with? And for the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, use the money wisely. Stop using the excuse of billing back better to withhold assistance to the average people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Please, Master Carl.
Yes, Devon. I'm back, Gates. I heard you had a little discussion on housing. And we saw in the supplemental 15 million.
Yeah, 15 million.
Was put into the Ministry of MIT, Mobilization, Implementation, and Transformation. The question is, Devon, is the MIT ministry properly constituted by law? There are questions we have to check. We can see when we come here to give information and educate.
And is the Ministry of MIT equipped technically?
Well, we don't reach there yet, but we're just talking about is the ministry constituted by law? Is it contrary to the constitutional directive which states there shall be, in addition to the office of the Prime Minister, such other offices as may be established by Parliament. Was the Ministry of Implementation and Transformation established by Parliament?
I don't think so.
So because we want to know if what is going on under the MIT ministry, if it is legal.
Yeah.
Because if it is not properly constituted, because you see the first thing, it seems to be a ministry, a government inside a government.
Rogue ministry.
When was MIT established by Parliament? What date? What year? Are the decisions made by the Minister of MIT legal? There's some question because we see a lot of things happening under MIT.
And we must answer these questions. Yeah? We must get answers for them.
So, are the decisions made by Velcro hand? And you ever think the way he was in a church? Put it up on, please. We want to hear this clip.
Yeah.
Get it going.
That's a clip we want to hear.
So, because I'm asking some questions, Dennis Cornwall asking you, he's my representative. Are the decisions made by Andy Williams legal? Wait, gives the plate yet. Asking Dennis Cornwall again, was the Ministry of MIT properly constituted? When, because your little thing, because I do bright, there shall be, in addition to the office of Prime Minister, such other offices as may be established by Parliament. So, Mr. Dennis Cornwall is my representative, so you are to ask. When was MIT established by Parliament? And is it the decision made by the Minister of MIT, are they legal? Could they be challenged in court? These are some questions we need to ask, because we see a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, a lot of money being passing through MIT, you know.
Money flying through MIT.
And projects.
But here, what the MIT minister say about himself. Igwe.
Let me just tell you, I have no original idea. Every idea that I have, I get it from someone. Right? People think that Andy is so brilliant and everything. I have no original idea. I always get an idea from someone. Now, 10 years ago, Brother Cornwall, I could have been in prison. Right? I lost my job. And this lady right here and my dad bailed me out. Right? Let me just tell you, I have no original idea. Every idea that I have, I get it from someone. Right? People think that Andy is so brilliant and everything. I have no original idea. I always get an idea from someone. Now, 10 years ago, Brother Cornwall, I could have been in prison. Right? I lost my job. And this lady right here and my dad bailed me out. Right?
Yes, Igwe. Balance yourself. Balance yourself.
So for 29 hours balance, man. Balance. So we asking some questions here, Devon. And I want you to find out. So Devon, so when we come back here Sunday, we want to know if MIT was properly constituted. And if the actions taken thus far by the minister, are they legal? Or could they be challenged in courts?
Because you're hearing a lot of things involving the MIT minister in terms of grease hand and projects that were ongoing and the Minister of Infrastructure knows nothing about it. And the MIT Minister is right at the forefront. And a number of projects you can point to. So, I don't know, we continue to put cat to watch cheese. We know cheese is one of the favorite things for cats. So why would you put the cheese, dangle the cheese in front of the cat and leave the cat out of the cage? I mean, it's mind-boggling. Yeah, it's mind-boggling.
So, 8 million for the rehabilitation and construction of 20 small roads within 6 parishes of Grenada, and to facilitate the completion of 26 houses and 15 new houses in the parish of St. Patrick. While living in the parish of St. Patrick, I want to know where are these 26 houses
that was built or is building.
So are they in addition to, or they are part of the 200 houses spoken with the $15 million? Put up the houses we seen. Mm-hmm. Let people see. Mm-hmm. Put up the damn house, let people see what they're doing. So that's why you see a questioning the authority there of the minister. 1.5 million for clean up in Carrico and Pitimati by MIT again. Where in law does this ministry get the authority to initiate cleanup? Isn't this the responsibility of the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority, an entity which has been allocated a substantial amount for their operations?
Yes. And they have within their powers to add, to increase on persons that they need to help in the cleanup. So, I mean, that MIT...
15 million for the construction of 200 houses in the mainland, including the parish of St. Patrick and St. Mark. And then you're hearing all kind of thing after now.
15 million.
Existing laws establishing already existing ministries and departments are clear. How and who manages public works? Road construction. Because you see, a lot of things under MIT supposed to be under these places and them.
Yeah, directly under these ministries.
Maintenance, road. Not one of these laws mentioned or include a ministry of MIT. These allocations are duplications for the amount allocated. So, we see in housing, Ministry of Works, housing, solid waste. They're giving the money to a ministry that we don't show is properly constituted there.
Yeah.
We want to know.
Yeah, well, we have to know.
What do you mean?
They were talking about housing. And give me the clip of the Prime Minister talk about the 500 houses, because year one we should have 7,500 houses. So we should not have no problem for houses though. Year two, we should have 7,500 houses. Like 1,500 houses we should have. And we're going to year three.
In year three?
We should have 22.
But instead, you're seeing they showing a few one-bedroom houses around.
Show like the houses and them.
It's another major issue. We are committed to building, and when I say we, it doesn't mean the government has to build it, but that we have to facilitate that to ensure it happens. At least 500 Grenadian homes to help with the housing situation in Grenada.
Play it again.
Sink it in, sink it in.
It's another major issue. We are committed to building, and when I say we, it doesn't mean the government has to build it, but that we have to facilitate that to ensure it happens. At least 500 Grenadian homes to help with the housing situation in Grenada. Again, we view the housing as an area that the diaspora, particularly from an investment perspective,
Like that is
can
not
get
very
involved in.
important.
Because we know many of you who want to come home don't want to deal with the challenges of having to buy the land yourself, deal with the lawyers, deal with the banks, deal with the contractors, and construct the home. You'd prefer to actually have the home built so that you can simply walk in and buy the home. And we believe there's a real opportunity here, both from an investment and from a use of technology point of view, to begin the process of transforming the housing stock in Grenada. So I certainly want to invite you again to look at getting involved and investing in this area. It is not.
So you see, when we see certain things going on presently, right, we are now reminded of some of the comments that were made by the former or the political leader, now Prime Minister, right, about the housing situation, in our country.
And Devon, I know you're very passionate. I want to give you a little side information and then you'll continue thing. I know you're passionate about the people in Carriacou. But listen, 200,000 in the supplemental budget to facilitate the relocation of the London mission. Is that more important than sheltering the people in Carriacou?
No, that could never be.
250,000 to
Pounds.
establish the High Commission in Canada. Why can't this wait until the budgetary cycle and help the people in Carriacou, Devon?
And where is where the priority lies?
3.8 million to purchase vehicles to assist with post-burial response 7 weeks after. What are we transporting? Didn't we give?
Bricks.
I don't know. In the last budget, why didn't buy some vehicle for the police, the RGPF, who driving vehicle and a plastic is for the windows and thing? The one that will catch me most, 2.5 million. The acquisition for product development, destination promotion, a YouTube channel.
What?
A YouTube channel for tourism, 2 million, 2.5 million. So that couldn't wait and help the people in Carriacou, Devon.
And all of that
Because I know you have a heart for them.
all of that-
1.3 for remedial repairs to tourist sites and attraction. I know that right up your alley, Devon. You know about tourist sites and attraction. Which are the sites and attractions they what need repairing?
That's
Are some of these things necessary? Was the people in Pitimatic and Carriacou and St. Patrick's under the court for housing, Devon? I know that you are passionate, so I'll give you this information. Let me hear.
Well, it seems that what this government is doing, they have an opportunity, as I said earlier on, to complete some of the things that they promise, and so within this supplemental budget, and take typical example, the tourism, the money allocated for the tourism sites and so on, everything. This should be money that's supposed to be budgeted annually under the Ministry of Tourism budget, right, for maintenance of the different parks and sites, right? You don't need no supplemental budget to do that. You understand? So what we see they're doing, they are basically misplacing their priorities and utilizing this hazard or this disaster to try to satisfy a lot of the failures that they had in the last 2 years, right? Housing is one, right? And other thing, because if you scrutinize this budget, this supplementary, you'll see what they are trying. And again, who is suffering? The people of Carriacou, Petit Martinique, and the northern part of Grenada, right? We come back to the CREF money. This is money that was paid for, through our insurance, and was given to the government within 14 days to ensure, right, that thing like housing in particular is being taken care of. Have the government built any house in Carriacou for its citizens so far? right? 8-9 weeks going now. Have they distributed materials to assist people to build back? Because they keep talking about build back better, but while we're talking about build back better, the people are suffering. Right? The over $100 and something million that was given to us through the insurance should be used to accommodate and make the people, especially of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, much more comfortable than how they are right now. Have this government, I mean, come on. A typical example of some of the things that is going on in Carriacou. The people of Carriacou do a lot of water harvesting. Without the roofs on the houses, how will they catch water? Now Nawasa and even Nagma is talking about a shortage of water for Carriacou. That should not be so. 8 weeks after, if you had put back roofs temporary for the time being, the people of Carriacou would have been able, right, to collect and store water for their use. But instead, you delaying the process of utilizing the money that the taxpayers who had paid for through insurance to help the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. How wicked, right? How wicked you group of politicians are, and the persons around you, right, who helping make these decisions. Eh? What are you telling the people of Grenada, the state of Grenada? In my view, you are incompetent. You cannot handle a disaster that affects only one constituency out of 15, much less if the whole of the state of Grenada with 15 constituency was damaged. I mean, not just crap or smoke with pipe, but we'd have died already. You understand? These are the things that people must pay attention to. Forget this Mama Gizoman story about this big budget and so come on, man. Give the people the help they need. Help them to help themselves. They don't want to sit down and wait on you. You understand? For you to build back better. They want to help build back better for themselves. Give them the assistance that they duly supposed to get. You can afford to give each homeowner in Carriacou and Petit Martinique $50,000. You can afford to do that and let them build back better. But instead, you're using that lame excuse, and in the meantime, the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique are suffering.
Let's take the call.
Good afternoon and welcome.
Gentlemen, good evening. Good evening to you.
That's my
you
friend.
All. Is with a heavy heart, again, I am appealing to the nations and to the people in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Because for the people in Carriacou and St. Patrick's has been heard, I hope you don't fall on deaf ears. But gentlemen, while we are advocating for this government to help people, it is allegedly reported that Nelan Franklin, the next senator, has resigned. And no one knows, in 3 days, 2 senators from the NNP side has resigned. It's with heavy heart. This is new news. And that does not spell good for the NNP. Something is automatically wrong. Somebody has to give answers to the people of this country. And I am saying, while we are advocating that the NDC do better, we have to look at ourselves and the party that we support, the party that we work hard for, and the party that we are advocating for. What is happening to them? What is happening to the leadership of the party? What if an election is called today or tomorrow? What will happen? People start losing confidence in our political organization. And I am saying that to say, not because we're strong and we look good, but we have to be very careful the kind of trend young people who don't want to support an organization like that.
Caller.
I am finished.
Caller.
I am finished now. Good. Have a blessed evening.
No, I want you to listen to me. We living in a democracy. You see just how zealous you are, but we also have to be careful how we take information and pass it on.
Yes, I'm not passing
So,
on
do you have all the facts? Are you sure? You see, you have to do some checking before you make certain pronouncement.
Well, it is going to.
And it is going to
reveal itself.
No, but it is not
by the end of the day or tomorrow morning. You're going to hear it yourself.
You see, we have to stop having discussions on emotions.
Right.
You see, having discussions on emotions does not be the best thing. No, one person resigning as a senator or so is not a new occurrence. You're not, when you're in the Senate, you're not casting stone that you're a senator for life. But we have to get all the information before we make certain pronouncement. We might have our opinions, and I say opinions is not facts. So anyway, caller, thanks for the info, and have a blessed day. Now, the NNP is a democratic party. And democracy, let me take the call.
Good afternoon and welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, brother.
Yes, my brother.
I was seeing something on the screen there, like on the logs. Where is that?
Daddy houses are in a building for people. So maybe they one in St. Patrick's. Yeah, that's Bill back better.
Thank you, man.
All right.
Yeah, that's the Build Back Better. Now imagine.
People taking note.
Yeah, imagine the type of houses that you decide to build for families that you say you care for, right? And look at the comparison. The government of people and people of China built housing units for us. You take it and you're selling it. And now you turn around and you build in some 1-bedroom wooden houses about 2 feet off the ground, right, for people, and talking about you building back better. How can you be a government that cares for its people? So you got to stop talking that garbage and rubbish about you care for the Grenadian people. You don't. Because if you can be treating families who are vulnerable like that, right? I mean, it's appalling. What's wrong with you guys? Look at the images that you guys proud to be showing on social media and on television. Look at the images. You guys look in the mirror. Look at the houses that you are building and talking about building back better for our people. If you give the homeowners the money or the materials, they will do a better job than what you as a government with all the expertise are doing. And all they say, all they like people. I'm hoping that the Grenadian people are paying attention to what is going on. Not just to the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, but for the mainland Grenada, the kind of assistance and support that is being given to the persons who need it. And in the meantime, you have let's take the call, Gates. Good afternoon, welcome.
Hey, Devon, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my friend.
Good afternoon. Yes. Devon, I'm going to give us some information there for coming Thursday. This Thursday coming, the parliamentary Rebecca Kit Mitchell will be having a meeting at the Busheju Community Center. Then for the whole of St. John Northwest. So everyone are invited to turn up to the meeting. Meeting will start at 6 p.m. in the evening. I think vehicle transportation will be made available to take people to the meeting and back to the home. All right? Okay. So I feel everyone in the press, St. John will come out to that meeting and listen to what the parliamentary but other speakers have to say concerning the situation in our country, especially with the housing unit and the way the government treating the poor people in the country and the operation of the government in Parliament. But when I hear the Prime Minister talk about Build Back Better, Build Back Better, the impression they're trying to build little people. Like if the poor people in the country don't know what is good and what is bad. What is bad. So when they say they build back better, instead of build back better, it is opposite. What the poor people they get, where they get also live, and if someone has the letter to ownership of a home, the government will took back the letter, and they giving the housing to the people in the diaspora. So only the people in the diaspora should enjoy a better living condition, but the poor people in Grenada, the housing is too good for them. And look at what they are showcasing on the internet, on Facebook. Right? Look at what they're showcasing. So when they say better, they go, oh, that's good, looking nice. But look at the situation. Almost 2 feet from the ground, right? And they say that they will be better. What I want this government to do, they could fool some people at all times. Well, not all times, they could fool everybody. Right? And I call upon the greater people. You have a government that was there before the election, that seeking the interest of your cares about you, right? So you know what you have to do. Get people who use children, or control who reach the age of 18 to register, get them to go out and register, inform them, give them the information, let them know what this government is doing, and where the government, what the previous government, where they were before, where we're going to was before the last election. Instead of Greta go forward, Greta going backward. Alright? So this government don't care. I really care about themselves, but the poor people in the country, this government don't care about them. Don't care because instead of making life better, they're making life more miserable. Sure, God, everyone have a blessing.
Before you leave, caller.
Hello.
Yeah. I want you to do something for me. I don't know if you have any information about the latest on the Mordine project, the land slip, and so if you have any information.
I don't have it now, but I could get it during the week.
Well, during the week, I would have liked for you to get from it. Today, if you can call somebody down there and find out, we understand something is going on around there. But if you can gather the information, feel free to call us.
I never get it. I could able to get that before the program finishes.
Well, feel free. Once it's credible information, feel free to do it, okay?
Okay.
All right, my friend. Thank you very much. No, because there are so many things going on in our country that is, But one thing that the NNP, all right, as a government will always be able to boast about. There is no other government that passed through Grenada after independence, or even before independence, that has provided the amount of housing assistance to its people. No other government or group, organization have been able to do that. The NNP has proved to the Grenadian people that when it comes to housing, they have delivered and had continued to deliver until every time NDC come in, they mess it up. Free houses and they're selling it for people. You hear Andy talking about some houses and you understand you have to pay for that too. Where is the assistance that is earmarked for the people of this country? Everything for you all is sell. What is wrong with you all? If all in raising all this salary every year or every 2 months, all you're selling things for the Grenadian people. All you have a heart.
And the symbol is the heart, Devon.
The symbol is the heart. The heart don't pumping blood at all. No. Better is a green heart all you had. All you might have so better. Not a red heart. Turn the heart into green and it might work better for you all. You understand? I mean, when you sit down and look, every week we come on these programs and share information to the Grenadian people, not just NNP or person sympathetic to this organization, right, but to the Grenadian people, right? It's a sacrifice. We out there ensuring that you're being informed. Right? Persons must take these things seriously, right? And seek out these things. Too much of wrong things is going on in our country, and after 2-3 days, it just slide away. We must not continue to let that happen to us. Look at what is going on in Grenada Development Bank. And we seem to just zip our mouth and let the politicians get away with everything. I'm sick and tired of that. One day, I will just explode and start saying the things that need to be said when it comes to these politicians.
Mr. Cumberbatch, I want you to give us an update on the situation with the satellite office in Carriacou for GDB. Mr. Cumberbatch, I want to know if any present director on the board has applied for a loan.
And get it?
No, we know who get.
Okay.
But we want to know if anyone apply again who is a member of the board. Because school children, when you go into and hear school children say, your board member will take a loan just now when she come back. You have to find something funny. Yes. I don't know. That's what the school children say, and I say, man, when school children don't know how to lie.
They can't lie. Not
tell a man junk. Yeah. You give a man alcohol, he don't know how to lie.
No, he don't know how to lie.
And school children, they don't know how to lie. Only the truth they don't speak.
Yeah, because school children.
So Mr. Cumberbatch, I want to know if I go facilitate, because a horror program where a board member say she didn't know if board members do have to get loan. So now that the information was furnished to her, and the chairman of the board supposed to be an esteemed attorney at law. Mm-hmm. So we want to know, but then we realizing all kind of thing going on in Devon. Because we still asking about MIT.
Yes.
We still asking, when was MIT established by Parliament? Yeah. Because we know the statute says there shall be, in addition to the office of Prime Minister, such other offices as may be established by Parliament.
Is MIT...
So we want to know, was MIT established by Parliament, and if yes, when? And if no, why not? Because MIT have a lot of weight. As one commentator put it, MIT operates as a government within the government. It has significant power, resources, and privileges. It is the ministry to which watch for transparency and accountability. Its ability to spend $100,000 without the standard procurement procedures should be cause for concern, and oversight is definitely not in sight. Because you see, since they bring nation builders in, they're talking about red tape and bureaucracy. So they want things to be easy, so they know this Velcro hand guy, he will do anything, he don't care. Because plenty tape what he say about himself again, because people know, it's not me what's saying that about him.
His words.
That his words against him.
Let me just tell you, I have no original idea. Just tell you, I have no original idea. Just tell you, I have no original idea. Every idea that I have, I get it from someone. Right? People think that Andy is so brilliant. Every idea that I have, I get it from someone.
So,
right? People think that Andy is so brilliant and everything.
You have some tape I want you to play where you say this sit down in some airport and the drawings for the place and them. Because he's trying to town fool people now.
I was in Carriacou on the airport, and the idea came to me. I had an architect right by me at the same time. And the idea came to me. I had an architect right by me at the same time. And I said, listen, why can't...
So I play why you say out original idea, because I want people hear him.
Let me just tell you, I have no original idea. Every idea that I have, I get it from someone. Every idea that I have, I get it from someone.
And take hear what he tell the people when he was on the airport.
Came up with that. I was in Carriacou on the airport, and the idea came to me. I had an architect right by me at the same time. And the idea came to me. I had an architect right by me at the same time. And I said, listen, why can't we do boat houses with wall frame? He said, Andy, that's a good idea.
That is what is being sold to the Grenadian people. And a man who say he have no original ideas, and he take, I mean, we have to be crazy. I mean, to be sitting down here and have these guys governing our country.
Because people who work in his business say the job was to get rubbing alcohol to rub out expiry date on items. So the guy has no original idea, but he have an idea for the houses on him. You see the houses on him there? That's his idea for build back better.
Wall frame, wooden houses.
But look at them there. Yeah. Let them see on the screen. Look at your, according to Chuck, just watch your screens.
Good afternoon and welcome.
Yes, boss.
Yeah, man.
No one understand the $50,000.
Oh.
I just understand by looking at that poster on the screen there.
Yes.
I understand the $50,000. You understand? Because there's no how a $50,000 could build a decent house for somebody, and this is what they're trying to give people and make people believe that they're doing something. It's a bunch of jokers. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, man. So people call in today, man. We want people to call in. Call in.
We're going to expose them. Show the people the man with the no original ideas came up with an idea sitting in the airport in Carriacou as to how to build back better for the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Utter nonsense. Iceman, where are they? I ain't hearing you at all these days.
I see.
Yeah.
Cool like ice.
I mean, I know these guys, I mean, like to fool people and lie and thing, but imagine you have the nation's purse. You have access to millions of dollars, right, of the state. And this is the kind of ideas, and this is what you're doing with the nation's money?
Because there when it goes back to the question, was MIT established by Parliament?
So in other
I just
words,
wonder why they giving this guy all this thing.
Legitimate. Is MIT a legal ministry?
Yes.
That is the question.
Is MIT a legal ministry? Was it set up by Parliament? Was it properly constituted by Parliament? This is a question we want to, and you know, you have some parliamentarians out there who knows that question. You can call and clarify it, educate the Grenadian people.
Because Dennis Cornwall listening.
Yes,
Call Dennis.
Listening, right?
Why give Dennis the number to call?
442-0175. Landline and WhatsApp.
And WhatsApp.
You just was on the bob, so you could call.
You could call.
Call and straighten everything. Can use my representative.
Yeah. And told you, my representative, you owe me an explanation.
Yet, let's take the call.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Devon.
Yes,
Good afternoon.
yes, my friend.
I just got some information from someone right around the area there.
Mm-hmm.
They say what they do now, they lower down by the blue shop. They fixing the drain, digging deep and down deep, and the people in the area have no water for 2 weeks straight. So they put digging drainage close by the blue shop right around Canada, and the person said that 2 weeks now, brothers, they have no water. So that's what they did.
Okay, good.
What?
Right.
So Devon, browsing.
You will keep us up to date.
Browsing through social media today, I saw people was sharing something about Marlin here. What really going on? You have any idea?
Well, yeah, that will be trying to basically find out
on somebody who might really know
as to what is taking
the person,
place.
somebody really know, calling and
the progress that is going on right now, or the not of the or the no progress that is going on.
Because I don't want to speak to it and not knowing
the truth.
Yeah.
Right, the facts about it.
Is the land sliding?
Yeah. Is there landslides around? Is the projects on the project on target? You know, to
I don't know. I see something on social media, and because I'm not in a position to comment much, I want to do it. Another question somebody stopped me and asked me yesterday. The one time I think the government talk about $2 million worth of coconut plants from India.
From India. Oh, the same Andy, I talk about that.
What happened to that thing?
Well, up to now, and not done $2 million US, I have no idea as to what is the progress on that. You understand? It's just talk, and based on what the minister say, and we cannot see nothing. I would really like a representative from the Indian government or the Indian embassy to come out and clear the air, because we have our minister talking about what he received, but yet we cannot see it on the ground. You understand? And it's more than a year now. Right? And I think, so is the MIT ministry a legal ministry?
That.
Was it constituted by Parliament? Was it given the power to operate by Parliament, or it was just established just to dish out money for the boys and the girls? We want to know. Any experienced any parliamentarians who went through the Parliament of Grenada and may have information about how these ministries have been constituted, and for the question that we ask, is MIT legal? Please share the information to the Grenadian people. It is important for us to know, right? There is so much money passing through MIT with no proper accountability. The man leading MIT has admitted to stealing in front of a pastor and a congregation.
So, Devon, with all that said, let's get a little bit closer to home.
Closer.
What you think should be the modus operandi of the NNP now? Your opinion, how should the NNP operate?
Well, at this point in time, as an organization, I think we way behind politically and everything in terms of being prepared. All right, I think we behind, but I mean, nothing is lost basically, because it's just to get our organs and everything up and running and continue to do the political work. But and that's just my view. I think as NNP, members of the party and even supporters, all right, I think we are too lackadaisical, right, in terms of the information that we get and what we do with it, right, and how we prepare ourselves going forward, all right. There's too much hearsay and them say and everything like that, and we need, as an organization, to pull our forces together, to be more organized, right? More organized to get that work done. Because if we have to get rid of this NDC party and government, it's not an easy job to do. They have the government purse, they have the state purse, right? And they are preparing for us. So as members of the organization must be mindful that everything we do, right, there's a reaction. And we have to be careful in terms of the steps we take going forward. All right? I think personally, the whole question of leadership going forward in the party is of concern to a lot of NNP supporters, right? Because of lack of information, right? And so people they are sharing their opinion. We cannot hide from that. Right? We are a democratic organization, and we must be able to sustain criticism, right? And accept assistance when necessary. Right? So in going forward, we have work to do. It's not an easy task, but I am confident that the team of persons that we have leading this organization, right, and will lead in the future, is capable. The support for NNP is there. The organization just have to ensure that it gives this membership the encouragement to go forward, share the information. Don't keep information and have people speculating, right? Because you cannot stop that. People will always speculate as to what they think. But in going forward, we have to be prepared for it. We have to be prepared for the ups and downs, the challenges, and so going forward. And as I said, it is not an easy task. And I'm appealing to our leaders within the organization. Pull together, and let us answer the cry of the Grenadian people.
Yeah, Carl?
No.
You have something to play for me.
Within 12 months of forming the government, the National Democratic Congress will start a nationwide housing program. That program will be done in conjunction with the private sector, so we will have a public-private partnership. And we will commence building 500 Grenadian-style homes in each parish. And we will do so each year thereafter.
Sorry for us.
Within 12 months of forming the government, the National Democratic Congress will start a nationwide housing program. That program will be done in conjunction with the private sector, so we will have a public-private partnership. And we will commence building 500 Grenadian-style homes in each parish. And we will do so each year thereafter.
You know, what I can't understand with the Prime Minister continue to lie even before he got into office, and continues to lie to the Grenadian people, said people, right, that give him an opportunity to hold that power. While he was in opposition, he made it clear that it was criminal to withhold housing from the Grenadian people, especially those in St. David's. Right? Criminal, he said. He also said that, look, you have to give people assistance to help them with their housing, right? So they can build back better in the future. Where is that helping? And play the clip for us, Gates, of the Prime Minister.
Temporary housing while they can catch themselves.
Yes.
It is criminal to have a woman with children in those conditions, and you have the current housing scheme provided by the people of China still locked up, still closed up, an entire year after it was handed over to you by the Chinese government. So you prefer your people to remain homeless and to be on the street than to give them housing that was not provided by you, that was not built by you, but that is part of a grant from the Chinese government, yet you have security guarding the complex. The complex is empty. And our citizens can't even drive down to examine the quality of the housing. Under the National Democratic Congress government, that will end. And the people in our communities who are vulnerable and who need the houses will be given the houses. But I want to go further and say this.
You remember the Prime Minister saying about what he had a premonition or he believed in that sort of thing? You know, those words that the political leader of NDC was talking about is the said words that come back to bite him, because that's the exact thing that he's doing. His words come back to bite him because he has, let's play the clip again, please.
I've been in office, I've been saying this. Not because I have premonition, Mr. Speaker, because...
Yeah. Because he had premonition.
Because, right, so he had that premonition before he get into office, because look at what he's doing to the people. After he said it was criminal to have a woman and children outside. That is how he was accusing the previous government of treating the citizens like that. Mr. Prime Minister, is it not criminal the way in which you are treating the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique and to the persons in the north, the fire victims from Sotes, And so those affected by burial, is it not criminal, Mr. Prime Minister, to withhold housing from them? Look at how you have the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique every day in the sun and the rain, or the rain. Where is your conscience, Mr. Prime Minister and Minister of Housing?
Who?
Where is your conscience? I beg of you, Mr. Prime Minister, to treat our people better than that. There is no excuse. No excuse for the way that you guys are treating the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique and the northern part of Grenada.
What the bell Igwe?
Shame on you guys. It is shameless. Shameful. Well, I mean, however you want to put it. How can you treat your own people like that, Mr. Prime Minister? Oh God, I beg of you to do better. You have the means to do better. Financially, you are not strapped, Mr. Prime Minister. Treat the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique better than that. Mr. Prime Minister, it will haunt you and your government in the future. Rest assured. You have no love. No love whatsoever.
What is the priority of this government in your view, Devon?
Money.
Yeah, papers.
Money.
And bricks.
Financial betterment for members of government and its surroundings. That, in my view, is the objective. So all the hullabaloo that they're talking about, oh, they want to do this, and everything boils down to the money, what they can achieve from doing what they plan to do. Right? We talk about priority. They even talk about health as one of the driving force, right, to help the Grenadian people. They talk about a teaching hospital or whatever they want to build. Millions of dollars allocated for that. But look at the present health care situation in our country. You have facilities, buildings. All you need to do is get the technical staff, the know-how, the doctors, the nurses, the medication, and service your people. There is no need, no priority at this point in time for a new hospital. It will take another 5-10 years to build. In the meantime, what happens to the people of Grenada? Lack of service, little or no doctors and nurses in our institutions. You are destroying the health fabric of our country, and when the health sector in our country destroy, you destroying the people. A healthy nation is a wealthy nation. Be mindful of that. Minister of Health and the Prime Minister. You guys take these things for granted. Oh, we prioritizing this and we doing this, and you guys doing shit, garbage. Nothing to show for the what comes out of your mouth. Where are we on the new hospital billing? Where are we on that? But our people are suffering and starving while you putting away millions of dollars to build a structure that may never come to reality.
Somebody send me a video here of Marlin here. Next one. This is like a long one.
Yeah, what?
You could actually.
I find I see a lot of videos going around on social media. I don't really know.
That look like the road slide, ain't it?
Yeah,
It slide up to what they're fixing.
I'm trying to figure out where we see in that
who pack it,
slide.
that scratching there? Who pack it what? Getting bite. Somebody had to get bited. Like bad walk here.
Overrun. But based on what I'm looking at there, I'm trying to figure out if it's the bottom structure, because I'm looking at the steel right on the left of it.
No.
If the steel structure is
the part that fall there, that's the road. That's the part that's supposed to be pitching.
You sure that is
that and
well, how he look
and not
so
yeah, but you see,
how it look
opinion is not fact.
People can walk on the side if you watch on the side.
Yeah, don't entire opinion when you don't know.
I could pass you down the road. That look like a sidewalk.
Yeah, so whatever we await
Yeah,
we are waiting for whatever information and so, but it's not. We need to know, because hundreds of millions of dollars, if not being spent on that project, and yet, I mean, more than 2 years now, this government is in office, and we cannot see the end of this project.
MIT again?
MIT is a lead on that.
Alright.
You know, and we continue to question the ability and the legality of MIT. Is MIT equipped with the technical know-how to go about supervising and getting all these houses built with those 15 or 18 million dollars? Do they have the technical? And if they don't, and they need to, that means it's money that is needed to get persons to do all this technical work. When you have those technical support in the Ministry of Infrastructure, it's there already. But no, when you put all these things under MIT, MIT is the one who have to. That's where the money goes, you know. The sidekicks, the persons that they have to employ on the side. You understand? To get the work done. Duplication of spending of money in this country, and they think Grenadians stupid. Well, they have a good thing going, a good thing going. And as I heard the MP for Northeast on a radio program about a year and a half, 2 years ago, you know what he said? With all that stupidness that going on that we come and meet inside there, somebody go make a jail. That was MP Ron Redhead words on radio. Somebody's going to make a jail, Mr. Ron Redhead. I don't know who it is, but you said it. You may have the information and I don't have. Right? But we are not going to let this thing just go just so, because we still want to answer that question: is the Ministry of MIT legal?
Why? On this Friday, they say your good friend, Mr. Jude Bartholomew, was on another radio station.
I listened to him.
What do you make of Jude?
You know, I must admit.
I like shine in the eye or something?
Yes, I like the shine in the eye. I must admit, in listening to the entire interview with JT, I wasn't impressed, because I know he has the academic ability to put words together and so. But it was the best interview I've ever heard Mr. Jude make. He was balanced. And I mean, I'm saying that without no bias or anything like that. I did. And for me to sit down and listen to somebody like Teacher Jude for almost an hour, it had to be interesting, not just information-wise, but the way how he put out his his whole speech. I think it was he had a lot of information about what is going on within the unions and so on. Surprising to know that there are a number of things that he mentioned and so that is still going on. The whole question of teachers not being paid. See, there's a teacher since March have not get their salary up to now. The TAM CC workers that they was trumping about that have to get the money for so and the ministry say that they tie up that. Still, a lot of them did not get their money up to this day. You understand? These are some of the grievances that they have. And one of the things that must be noted that in this interview, right? The caller, just hold on a minute, right? One of the things that he's mentioned in his interview is that the cooperation that he's getting from the government, surprisingly, the said government that he always defends.
But I thought he was the 16th minister.
Yes. He said there's no meetings, and so all what go on with Beryl, and so the teachers and principals in Karakou, what the ministry is doing is going to the principals and not coming to the unions to ask the teachers and the unions' opinion in most of the decisions that they make.
Well, after the call, I'll tell you why.
Yes. Good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon, Devon, Carl, and Igwe.
Yes, sir.
Yes, my friend.
No, I now listen to Brother Devon with what you want to believe what Brother Jude said. No, let me go back. Remember, if you believe in what Brother Jude said now, remember from what he said before, how he conducted himself before, and many others. Now remember that the Prime Minister, who is the Prime Minister today, said what he said because he realized that Grenadians believe in turning back from what they don't believe what they heard before.
Let me just before you go on.
Make your point.
No, hold on. I want to start. No. You said that I said about believe. I never told you that I believe what he said. So let's get that straight.
Yeah, you never use the word in
right.
Of believe. Yeah.
Good.
But
not but.
I could
quote me properly. I did not say I believe Brother Jude.
Yeah. In other words, what I'm saying, I want to say too. The past government, what I believe, you there?
Yeah, I'm there. I'm listening.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What I believe happened to the past government is they moved very slow on a lot of things, listening from the Prime Minister towards the housing. That the housing was built and it was there for a while and it was not given to the people, which maybe that was a lapse on the government from handing it out at the time because it was built for the people. Okay, let's leave that alone. Go back to the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister himself, and not only him, many others, this government with its people have proved themselves to Grenadians, and Grenadians must be aware that when those people come back on the political rostrum, you know exactly because they've been exposed. They expose themselves, they all are liars. They all are liars. And Grenadians, please open your eyes. Open your eyes and your ears and listen. It's sad, you know, but again, the former Prime Minister should give the nation some clarification about what is legal, constitutional, especially that extra ministry you guys talking about, because the people need to know if that is legal and how it come about and what is the case. But if when our next government comes, there's a lot of things to be investigated. I hope they do that. Thank you very much, guys. I'm listening to you guys.
All right, my friend. Thanks for your contribution.
He was talking about Jude.
Yeah, and I think that some light shine in his eye on his way to Damascus. You know, well, I'm not. I should say Damascus. I should say Tripoli. Yeah, Tripoli. Right, and so and but he gave some information that that is worthwhile because there are a lot of issues that is going on within the unions and the government in terms of consultation, the heavy-handedness by government, you know, making decisions unilaterally, and so without the inclusion, right? Now, one of the things that he made mention about was the whole question of the 18 years for school, right? And that sort of thing. He said there was no consultation with teachers or even parents as to the way forward for that. They just came with a paper and just basically ram it down their throat. And now you're seeing that there are problems that will come about with it, you know. And so I think all in all, he gave information that was worthwhile listening, and we need to know, right? And so it begs the question as to the relationship right now with Brother Jude and his master, you know. So
his master,
his master, you know. So we wait and see. But you know, Brother Jude, we appreciate that you've been a bit candid in terms of some of the information you shared. And so on, we expect you to continue keeping the nations abreast as to where you go with the government. And so, as an organization, teachers' organization, because the teachers are pissed. Lots of them. They are pissed off with some of the unilateral decisions that have been made. Let's take the call. Good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon, my dear. How are you?
Yes. And then, Igwe.
Yeah.
Listen, I just want to say about the poor, the less fortunate, I don't want to say poor, but the less fortunate people in our country, they are the majority class in this country, yes? And if you go back to history, you will see and know and hear about the work of Sir Eric Matthew Gary. And there was a hurricane that passed, the Hurricane Janet. And many of you knew or should get the information that after that hurricane, Sir Eric Gary set up some houses, and people call those houses Janet houses. I don't know if you all remember that.
Yeah,
when you go to places like Roseville and La Poterie. And
I lived in a Janet house, so I know.
you understand? So then, no, there wasn't hardly any cost, you know. But Sir Eric knew how to get that going and represent that people, because they used to call him squandermania, they used to call him all kind of things, because he always stands for the less fortunate people in this country. Look at the time in the areas like Hermitage and so. When Thursday and Friday come, children used to go to Tivoli RC school to school. And you know, they're going to pick up nutmeg and so for 2 days, and the children not in school. And I remember a lady called Miss Hutchinson. She was the truancy officer, and she used to go find those children on those plantations and see how she talk parents and go back. And you know what Sir Eric did? That school in Hermitage St. Patrick's, yeah? Sir Eric built that school. And he built the Grenada Comprehensive Secondary School at Mount Charles. You see? He knew how to solve problems, especially, say, those children, because they need a little dollar, and the plantocrats try to use them, and not in interest, they lose, not going to school for 2 days. So that is the situation. And when you look at Dr. the Right Honorable Kit Mitchell, is a man that follows Sir Eric Gary's footsteps. Because the poor people, the low income, are the majority people. You care for everybody, but you have to, and that is why so many of the houses was built, and education and name it. And that's one of the finest and the most, you know, powerful leader. Right now, I don't care what people may say, but the powerful leader in this country with advice, experience, and I'm not saying he's a perfect man, but what I'm saying, the history is there. Go back and look at it. So when you're thinking about going forward, look at now Beryl and look at the situation. So I believe the government, I'm calling upon them to sit with the opposition. Sit with them and come up with a formula. And every organization you're hearing, no consultation. Meet the people, the stakeholders, and come up to formulas and suggestions, because it's about the people. And I must say, in closing, I admire the people of St. Andrews North. In 1984, Marcel Peters, the only one that seat that Gary got, and the NNP had 14. And what happened in 1990? Dr. Lawrence Gibbs used to charge people up to lately until before his death, $5 when you go upstairs, Batas to Miss Bell, to someone in Grenville Day, charging you $5. That is the man that people of St. Andrews Northeast voted for, because he cared for the people. And look at Oliver Archibald. NNP came in, followed the footstep and the trend, working for the poor people. Roland Bola, 3 terms. And Honorable Kate sucked, and she going back and get it again. Because why? The people of St. Andrews Northeast know who stand for the poor people. And the Grenadian people know all who stand. And the people of Carriacou, to tell you, former MP Nimrod, yes, he was crying in the grave to see how the people in Carriacou are in real trouble. Thank you. Have a good evening.
All right, bless. Thank you. You know, when you look on social media and you see some of the boasting of this present administration, you know, they should be ashamed to put up posters of some houses in Carriacou that is under repair. Now, I see they put up some about 5 or 6 buildings under repair, and they heading, the housing rebuilding process is up and running in Carriacou. Who own these big houses and them? That's the hotels and guest house and the man who have the big upstairs and downstairs house on the hill. But they have not shown the average Carriacouian and Petit Martinican houses being rebuilt because they are not doing it.
They can't show something you don't have.
You understand? They are not doing it. Oh my God, a majority of people in Carriacou, and you still have the houses in Carriacou empty. You still withholding materials in bush, hiding. You understand? On the port.
Well, gates are them, the receipts there.
You understand? On the port, getting sun and rain, and the people need that assistance. Now, let's say all they have a heart. Tevin, what's wrong with all you, man? You and the Prime Minister and Gloria Thomas, Minister of Housing. What's wrong with all you? Help the people. You don't think about all yourself. All this trying to fill all your pockets with money as all you come in. To fill all your pocket. Salary raise 2,000. Salary raise 5,000. And yet for all the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique still suffering. After 2 months now, after burial, you can see no signs of massive rebuilding of people's houses. What a shame to you group of politicians. And then all you have the heart and the belly to come back and ask people for a next chance. You know what? The Grenadian people, and I'm hoping you're all paying attention. These guys are only there to, 1, to make their money, and 2, they're trying to get a pension. Because they know if they get a second term, their pension will be in the thousands and thousands of dollars based on their salary right now. We have to deny them that because of the worthlessness. No pension for you guys. You understand? And so on the backs of Grenadian people.
Devon.
Let's take the call. Yeah. Good afternoon and welcome.
Gentlemen.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
what's
up?
Yes, sirs. Let me point out something to y'all, or to people in general. The idea of Mr. Dicko Mitchell, when he was not even, when he was just the leader of the NDC, to propose to people that at the stroke of a pen, a whole set of things could get done. That perception of governorship only comes from people who understand that you rule by decree. And that's what Dickon was hoping to come and establish in Grenada. That you come and you just sign a piece of paper or you just sign anything into law. He never believed in existing laws to determine governorship. This is why he thinks he will just come and sign and get things done by the stroke of a pen. So when the shock came in, or based on the ignorance of the people in general, you might say, he got away with it, God voted as a result. And when the shock showed itself, having now, especially for the past week or so too, the permanent secretary, Miss Marshall, who is in the, she's in the name of that ministry again, Human Resources, to do peacekeeping and refereeing for the past especially 2 weeks in this country once again. I remember the time when she bailed him out in the press conference when he had to come and explain to people
functional review
that the stroke of a pen idea is not practical given the setup of the service. Fulfilling what Dr. Mitchell pointed out. Come into government and make everybody prominent and you'll see what happened. And it was something that just couldn't have been done anyway. So what you find, the frustration that they are having, they come and they meet. He set up the ministry that he put Andy in charge of to get away with the whole issue. He doesn't believe in established laws and principles. He has shown it in every way. The teacher's situation, the teacher's salary situation, the deduct salary, and in a lot of other places. He just give money to people who it was not never due to. Now, the thing I'm saying is that the Prime Minister does not believe in the rule of law. So any little thing he could do to get away with it, he would do it. This is why he set up the Ministry of with Andy being in charge there.
And he's a lawyer,
and doing a whole set of illegal things in the process. Take a look at the man's history. Now, another thing that you all might need to look at. When Dick Mitchell was just the leader of the NDC, he proposed a meeting with all the union heads in this country who refused to take part in it. After he became Prime Minister, he mentioned it with anger in his voice.
Yeah. Resentment.
And in a sense, he was threatening the unions because they didn't want to talk to him when he was just the leader of the NDC. Now I'm the Prime Minister, you would have to talk to me. They all refused. Now, the thing about it is that the unions made sense of the whole situation. He's a political leader. Unions don't need to have to identify with political parties. So the unions refused to meet with him. The man never forgave the unions for that up to this point. So when you have Jude fooling himself and sucking up to the Prime Minister and the government, having to come to a rude awakening now, that's not news to me. Deacon doesn't care about the authority or the privilege that union has established in the Constitution. He doesn't believe in it. So as much as he could get past the union to get things done, he will do it. I listened to Jude's frustration on Friday. He was very frustrated, although in the end of the interview, for a few minutes, he was trying to praise the government that they're doing good and they're doing good. You come here as a union leader, complaining from bow to stand about the nonsense that the government is doing or not doing. And at the end, you try to praise the government. I said that empty language. If you listen to the interview itself, you understand because, well, like one of you listened to it already. And the thing was empty. You have Mr. Grimes this week on there complaining about the nonsense that is going on in the healthcare service in this country. And the fact that the promise to regularize the nurses in particular, because that was an emphasis for him, plus a lot of other public workers in this country, is a lot of frustration the union is experiencing, the workers are experiencing in getting things done. The man doesn't care about law. And as we know, he made promises that are impossible to keep, and he don't believe in them in any case. It was done to fool people. So it started backfiring on him big time right now. But he doesn't even care. You could get rid of him during that same week or so, or the same time that the union leaders are complaining. 2 top union leaders was complaining this week. You think they're going to change next week, or next month, or next year? No. He's in power. He doesn't care about the law. So he'll just go ahead doing things with impunity. That's the mentality of the man we have in the Prime Minister leadership position of this country. It's only going to create more and more frustration. Take care, gentlemen.
All right, my friend.
Yeah, Devon. When the Prime Minister, when the NDC came into office, if you remember, when they were speaking of their achievements for the first 100 days, it was about paying teachers.
Fulfilling that promise.
So Judah ain't get by already. So Judah and don't worry, Judah and them know. they buy Jude and them very early. Because they say the money was for good industrial relationship with the teachers going forward. So there's no need to consult the teachers on any issues. Because when Jude took the money and they went in Made in Progress Park and make all this halabaloo. They get by already. And when the Prime Minister was in Parliament and he spoke to who could get by, all Jude and them he talking about it. Because he buy that on them already. So when Jude and them come in and talk this kind of talk on them, Devon, personally, I just take a stroll. Because I know all that big bore time can live in one out. All that big bore time will quarrel sometime. So you don't surprise me. You don't bring no guests to me. I just was waiting. I was like by St. Peter, I was by the gate and I waiting. I said, take rally, but leave Jude for me. I know it was just a matter of time for Jude and him to start to cry. Because Jude and him don't realize the man had premonition, he know what go happen. When he speaks, listen him, you know. He don't speak idling. Because watch his demeanor when he speaks. He's deliberating what he says. He takes his time. So when he talk about the teachers, he buy that and them already. So who is them to consult now? He don't have to tell them nothing. He just have to do what he have to do. And he know, as they think, because as you say, all the people say, Jude still trying to give him a forward after all what was said. Jude come and say who don't getting pay, and then still say the government doing good. So who pay? Not the government. So tell Jude for me. I'm sorry, that get by already.
You listening, man? Yeah.
So according to a friend of mine, that simple biasness. They bias. So I'm not sorry for them. You see the inability of this government, and that's something we always was saying. We say leadership matters. And everybody say we making noise. With Hurricane Beryl and the Carriacou situation, I guess, has exposed this government inability to respond to crises and to lead. Look at the Ministry of Education. Who is the brand new Chief Education Officer? What school he was in before? Why he refused to take up that position under NNP? So you have to realize. So don't worry, Jude and them. It's a plan they have to confuse the nation. So he come in now and pretend the balling like just a setup. Because he's the only one stupid enough to do that. They can't get others to do it, so they go get him to go and do that stupid thing because he don't get by already.
There is some information reaching me, credible information, that two things. That the students at the one of the schools, secondary schools in there's a secondary school somewhere in Bolio or Boca Secondary School. There's a massive shortage of chairs and tables in the school presently, right? And it's also to note that how you call those persons invigilators, those persons who usually assist with the CXC exams and so.
Yeah, invigilators.
Right. Up to this point in time, they have not been paid.
That was surprised to me.
Credible information, right? But what bothers me much so is the students and the chairs and tables that is of shortage in that particular school, right? And you hear nothing about that. But again, too, when you understand who's the Minister of Education, right in the pink in the thing of school, he on vacation, you understand?
But I hear you going Carriacou yesterday, wasn't it?
Well, up to now, there's not a solution for the people, for the students of Carriacou and Petit Martinique.
Leadership.
Up to this point in time.
So when we talk about leadership, they just feel it's joke. They just take it like it's a joke you're making. Oh, the most honorable and all kind of utter nonsense.
Most dishonorable Prime Minister. You could never be an honorable Prime Minister and you're treating your own people like that. Well, again, you don't expect somebody who is basically aligned themselves with persons like the president of North Korea and all them sort of things. So you see, when they continue to let persons around them put up posters all over the place about them as the maximus leader, you understand, and the most dishonorable leader, then it's not surprising. You understand? Eventually, you want to breed a dictator into our country, but that won't happen. That would not happen, right? And to you supporters out there who consider him as a god, you're stupid to consider any man as a god, and he's the best thing, right? Think about what you're saying and patiently listen to your leader. Good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon, my brothers.
Good afternoon.
Teachers, how you all doing? Student here.
You're welcome. How you doing, my brother?
Not too bad. How things are? A long time I'll give a call, boy.
Yeah, man.
I have to give it a shout out today. Carl,
hey,
what is going on in this place, boss? What is taking place in Grenada, boss? What is going on?
When do me Django ask him?
They're crying out. What is taking place in this country? What are men doing with all this money they have in their hand? How they get? Is that like the men don't care about people in this country, boss?
They have it for Andy to spend.
So Andy alone could spend money, he alone could eat?
Them men they might know about legal tender, boy.
But he had to be. He had to be. Come on, man.
For like Joseph and Dal and them don't know legal tender.
You promise them that everything will be okay. They fall for the promises. And look what you're treating them today. Carl, while we were Sunday down there at the Trade Center, I met some NBC men who vote for these men. Two of them was working at the hospital. Prominent. They get rid of them. They make them go.
Yes, crew.
And tell them, and they tell them, and you don't make them go, you know. You don't make them go to tell them, well, okay, but you get a letter, you know. But just go home, we'll call you back. Up to this blood, they don't call them, you know.
No respect.
These people, watch. I'm getting fed up, you know.
Be patient, my
friend. People hurting, brother. How much patience? God will give a man more than he could bear.
Yeah, it's really that. But
look what they're treating the people in Carriacou.
We bear him.
Yes, we have to bear, but God will give people more than they could bear. These fellas have been eating every day. They plate nice. They home nice. Look at the people in the intent. Some of them on the step. You don't have a heart. You decide to say you're the NDC of the heart. Eh? This heart is on this fella's head.
You might be under the action.
Carl, well, just Friday gone, I was listening to a peer program. And a lady called from South America. I don't know if it's true or not. But based on what I'm hearing on the ground, it's going to be, I guess, because what she's saying is that she's confident that there is going to be a legal charge, a sue against the NDC.
You started to listen to the program early?
No, I listened to the program early. I started late.
You didn't ask some question about the MIT ministry? Go and listen and you go understand.
Well, I go listen to it again, no problem. I think you get everything because you know, you're walking, when you're walking.
Yeah, I know you go.
You know, so I go listen to it again tonight. But I was listening to the program Friday gone. But Mr. Pierre was on Thursday. Thursday, Mr. Pierre was on. When she called Mr. Pierre, I said, Mr. Pierre, the NDC government, they will take in legal action against them. Because in terms of that money, the insurance money. That money with the insurance money for national disaster, they will be taking they will be taking serious action against them for this money. And I was talking to some representative and they tell me that cannot be. Or he mightn't have. So I don't know. But even so, I'm watching and see. I understand again, my friend, I call him a friend now, he's about to speak out soon. You know that. He's about to talk. I get it from good source. See, just give him some time. He'll be talking now.
The light shine in the eyes, he on the road to Tripoli.
So he said we'll be speaking out soon. Understand? He didn't speak to me exactly, but he was talking to my friend And my friend threw it back to me and he said, look, I'll tell you something. Keep it confidential.
Well, do tell us.
You know what I don't tell you? I tell you my friend. I tell you my friend. That's why I'm with my friend.
Don't tell us nothing.
All right. All right,
my friend.
But guys, to be honest, guys, it's very, very difficult. Very difficult. Very difficult. It's very difficult for the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Peter, man. Look at it, and they understand about how many vehicles from Morgan to send in Carriacou. Yeah,
I tell you one thing, all them must do just follow the money.
Each.
And everything will be clear.
Boss, to be honest, I feel for the people of Carriacou. My sympathy goes to them. We have to sympathize with them, But to be honest, and Carl, I understand again too, busman is striking from Tuesday. Is that true? Yeah, the busman striking because they have the red card already. Busman, yes.
What are you striking for?
I think it's up on Facebook. Well, for more money.
They want what? To raise the
they want
bus
they
fare?
want the 50 cents then. 50 cents, you're paying 450, so they want 50 cents on. So come Tuesday we'll be striking.
Well,
I call up on my night to me that true.
The government better get ready to subsidize them. Because in no way the poor and vulnerable, as they say, could able to sustain that. But then again, that's an issue for the busmen to deal with, because that's some of them government.
Yeah.
You're right.
Most of them.
Anyhow, my friend.
Guys, have a wonderful evening. Continue doing a great job you all doing. And keep us posted because we need information.
Right,
and because all you, we not know what's going on in
We'll do our best.
I want to say good evening again to our parliamentary representative, Dr. Modest. Have a good evening to you. And Ms. Dubois. And Dr. Mitchell. We stay in focus. We on top of the ball. Have a good day, gentlemen.
All right, my friend. Yes, and a blessed afternoon to all our viewers and listeners of the Independent Talk today. And your contribution has, continue to have us going. All right? So you give us the strength to continue to bring information, truthful information to you.
You have a clip where you have the way Andy saying how they didn't have to take a loan. Get.
Which one is on again?
One you the thing. Let me hear.
Came up with that. No.
You ain't getting it.
The people of Carriacou.
In fact, the
Andy.
Yeah, Andy.
Good afternoon. Welcome.
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon.
Oh, Devon, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon,
to you, Mr. Paul and Igwe.
Yes.
And how are you?
Nice to hear your voice.
How are you? Yes, and nice to hear you lot too. Listen, I have a burning issues.
Talk
and
to us.
I think it's so madness. I know the government himself creating a lot of poverty in Carriacou and helping the people to turn to crime. Now you listen to this. Do you think it's right? Do you think it's right? We, the people of Carriacou and Pitimatnik, I don't know if it's happening in Pitimatnik, but it's happening here in Carriacou. The people bought their materials, and the people going around in the night and they're stealing the people material, what they bought for the house, to build the houses or to repair the house. Things are already bad in Carriacou. Why do the people turn to that crime, to stealing material from people, going in people's yard and take the material, what they purchase to rebuild the property? No, as Mr. Carl always say, I have a receipt to my statement. Last Friday, we was in bed, we're sleeping, and I have a puppy. The puppy is only 5 months old. And the puppy, he learning to bark. Where he started barking, and he keep barking Friday night, maybe after 10, 11 o'clock. He started barking. Well, we have no light, no TV, so we went to bed. We heard the puppy barking, Mr. Carl. Then we didn't get up. The next morning, every morning I get up and I open the front door, the puppy always rush to me. Next minute, we see the puppy is sick. When we found the puppy sick. Do you know they poisoned the puppy? The puppy is passing blood, right? Because I think they want to know if we bought material and we store it in the yard to come and take it. But I'm waiting for them. Don't come and ill-treat, mistreat people who is trying to better themselves, to come out from that rat hole that this government put us in, right? We only want a little help, and he refused to give people help. As the Minister of Carrico and Petit Matnik said, the Greek Carrico people have plenty money in the bank. I don't know if he know that, if he's a bank manager. I don't know if he send the people to search our account to know how much money we have. So he making that statement, and the people here, maybe the young people, they can't get nothing. They can't rebuild their property. So of course they turn to crime. All of them, they turn into crime. So people are frightened now to leave the house. And the woman told me she frightened to go and sleep because she have material in the house. She saw when they come up, right in front of the gate, and they come, the scooter didn't have no light, and there is a van behind it full up with material in the middle of the night. Where they get this material from? It is not right what they're doing. They just like Nagma. Some of them go to Nagma. The people in Carrico not getting help. They go to Nagma. Nagma have a storeroom full up of stuff. They have plenty generator. People don't want to borrow a generator. Why can't Nagma borrow them a generator? And if we borrow it to them for a few months, if they coming back and take it, they want it, or they getting the police to come and retrieve the generator from the people. That is not right what they're doing. Yeah. So everywhere you turn, poverty hitting Carrico people, left, right, and center. So if you at the top is doing wrong, what do you leave from the people at the bottom to do? What do you want the young people to do? So they turn to thieves. They're thieving on their own people. So nobody's helping people. It's real thieves happening in Carrico and Petit Matnik. So as far as I'm concerned, this thing must stop. I want them to stop doing those things to poor people. You're putting us deeper into poverty that we cannot help ourselves, making us afraid to leave our house if we buy any material to repair our house. We're frightened to leave it. We can't have a dog. They poison the people dog because they want to steal the material. And I'm telling you, and I'm praying that Mr. Carl put an announcement out. Tell the people to stop doing that. Refrain from doing this. It is wrong what they're doing. It is hurting the people. We're hurting from the top, and then we come back again hurting from the bottom. They're taking a page of Deacon book. They better stop it because they won't like what I'll do to them when they come in front of my gate. You have a nice day. Have a beautiful day. God bless you all. Bye-bye.
Okay, Ms. Manasson.
Bye.
Have a wonderful day. You see, one of the things that will happen in cases like, in disaster. Yeah, things like looting and so. But what are the reasons, in my view, for persons resorting to doing things like that? Because the government is not providing assistance to the average vulnerable persons. Right? That is one of the reasons. Because if you're not giving persons galvanized and wood to rebuild their house, and they know where that material and them is, they will go. It's a wrong thing to do. It's a bad thing to do. Right? It's against the law. Persons have to refrain from doing that. Right? But did the government give them any choice? Because people want to rebuild. And persons do all sort of stupidness when they are desperate. It is not right. It is not a correct thing to do. Because you're robbing your own neighbor, your persons. But what choice some of these people have? I mean, it's sad to say it. Let's live in reality. What choice do some of these people have to help to distress their neighbors when you have the biggest distressor of all, the government of this country, not providing assistance for the people of Carrico and Petit Martinique? Disgusting. Every day when you guys wake up in the morning and you look in the mirror, you guys and girls, all you think about is yourself and the money that you're working at the end of the month for.
I still call.
Good afternoon and welcome. This is disgusting. I mean, look at what the desperation persons are getting into. Good afternoon.
Hello. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You're
very low in there. Can you speak up a little bit, please?
Nobody can say the government can help you, money.
Gates,
Let me tell you, man.
could barely hear. I could barely hear you, caller. Try and call back. Put yourself in a better position, a reception, and call us back. We're hearing you very low.
Hello?
Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, brother.
Yes, good afternoon.
Just spend. So every $100 somebody can could spend, my brother, they getting $20 off. Instead of not helping them, for material,
They're getting $20 off how?
yeah.
Aye?
$20 off $100.
How they getting that money?
The VAT.
Aye?
The VAT
On the VAT?
Hold on. Has that been gazetted? If you don't gazette, you don't wouldn't.
Yeah, he's very low. you know what is amazing? And so some of the comparisons, some people make, with the governments in terms of the disaster, what they're doing and what, this other government didn't do and everything like that. It's so shameful. But, one thing I always say, the NNP administration during Ivan and Emily, they didn't have the luxury of getting $100 and something million off the bat from insurance to start with, right? They had to start from scratch, begging and getting donation. Yet for all, they were able to give people material free, of course, to build back better. Compare that.
You call it? I take it.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Yes, my friend.
Hey,
good afternoon.
Well, go test.
It's a long time.
It's a long time you've been away.
Yes, partner. They grinding because I can't get all you.
What's out Leo?
Time coming here for we to get up and get, Time coming here, I can't take any thing, These people and them either had to jump some window or some kind of thing, These people and them taking advantage of us. You understand?
They had to go.
Yeah, they had to go. And they had to go in the house. Well, I had to.
No, man.
What do you mean now? No, man. We can't take it again, man.
We have to continue to soak the Grenadian people on them.
No, we can't take it again,
Speak
man.
out on them.
So we speak then. You're just shooting pig in tents,
That is...
Huh?
Don't worry, we get in there. The time coming.
Man, I'm getting vexed.
Yeah. Don't get too vexed because we don't want to do anything that we go regret.
All right. Okay.
All right, my brother. Yes, it's a situation we have in our country here, not just for the people of Carriacou and P.T. Martin, but generally in the state of Grenada.
Get you something to play for me.
The backwardness and the evilness has been done.
I know PM, I know Prime Minister, if you hear me, I'm sorry. Right? But Junior, they're talking about treasury pregnant. If you were to come and look at the way we are managing the economy, we are in a much better position today than when we came in office. That is why we can have something like how we can barrel and not even think about taking a loan. Right? Because our Prime Minister, was the First Minister of Finance. He did a great job. Our Minister Cornwall is doing an excellent job. And the economy is solid. That is why we can have something like how we can barrel and not even venture into taking loans because we can manage our affairs by ourselves.
Okay.
Right? And that is the evidence. So don't let no one fool you until about you get $100 million like it was all the time. I think guess what? It is only 20% of what we need. 20% of what we need. And we are not in a crisis. We are the purchase of Hurricane Beryl and we are not in a crisis. That is because we have managed the economy well.
Wow.
Play that again, please.
Wow, that's confident.
Junior, let me tell you something.
Junior?
I know PM, I know Prime Minister, if you hear me, I'm sorry. Right? But Junior, they're talking about treasury pregnant. If if you were to come and look at the way we are managing the economy, we are in a much better position today than when we came in office. That is why we can have something like Hurricane Beryl and not even think about taking a loan. Right? Because our Prime Minister, was the First Minister of Finance. He did a great job. Our Minister Cornwall is doing an excellent job. And the economy is solid. That is why we can have something like Hurricane Beryl and not even venture into taking loans, because we can manage our affairs by ourselves.
Okay.
Right? And that is the evidence. So don't let no one fool you until about you get $100 million like it was all the time. I think guess what? It is only 20% of what we need. 20% of what we need. And we are not in a crisis. We are the patches of Hurricane Beryl, and we are not in a crisis. That is because we have managed the economy well.
Yes, so he and he's in a better position than when he come to government. Yeah. So when he say in a better position,
personally,
because he get all the money in GDP. So he Andy is in a better position. He don't lie about that one.
The Prime Minister too, because he didn't want to say.
I don't know about the Prime Minister, not Andy, because Andy was making that statement.
Well, he said the Prime Minister
but,
with him.
But the same Minister of Finance was on the Bob report, and he talking about $1 billion to repair. So how this one, they get millions and he vex people talking about it. But the one he see was doing very well, as the minister saying, is $1 billion to fix back the place. So you see, these fellas and them, they just, but then this one say, play what he say all year for all the people again. You want people to remember what he say.
Let me just tell you, I have no original idea. I have no original idea. Every idea that I have, I get it from someone. Right? People think that Andy is so brilliant and everything. I have no original idea. I always get an idea from someone.
Well, we know you're brilliant.
10 years ago, Brother Cornwall.
We know you're brilliant, Devon. But the Minister of Finance say we need $1 billion plus. But this one say everything good.
Everything good.
We know he don't know, but we just letting people know he don't know. So he say things better for he. Because if you're getting close to $3 million from the GDP, things must be better for you. And what happened to your business? Huh?
That's another question. You don't hear about
if business go down, you say, how does he recognize when something is doing good when you can't manage your own business?
How he call it a hotspot?
How would he recognize that if government is doing well? When checks still bouncing.
Yeah.
How do he recognize when people still saying he owe them? How does he recognize that government is doing well? By what yardstick is he using? So that's just a simple question I want to ask him. Yeah. And then the minister is saying how the thing so cock-a-hoop. The man saying we need $1 billion to fix the thing.
But that's your MP.
My MP.
Yeah, that's your MP. You can't say it's me and Gates MP, that's your MP.
No, I'm proud of my MP, and I feel my MP is the only man could save the thing for them. And not even Deacon could save the thing for them, it's only my MP I could do it.
And he jackassing the thing so?
Well, I don't know, maybe somebody on the back. Because a lot of them, they want to work in the post office.
Yeah, they're under pressure.
In the post office, they like to work.
They like meal.
I don't know what they like. I know the post office, they like to work. Don't add up to what I say.
I don't add nothing, massacre.
It's
FedEx and DHL and thing, you know.
I don't say that. Just say what I say.
In Grenada post office.
Just say what I say.
Meal.
Well, that you
meal and parachute, meal and box and whatever.
So why is he saying how everything good? The person who is saying doing a good job saying we need $1 billion. But then they like $1 billion because they talk about $1 billion along with the CBI.
CBI.
Why is this thing with the CBI there? What are the latest say on?
Well, I ain't hearing much about it because that $1 billion that they say they think, I ain't hear they using nothing like that during hurricane for Hurricane Beryl to assist anything. I'm not saying that. You know, I mean, very little you're hearing about it, but sooner or later it will explode.
Go eat the fun, man.
That CBI thing sooner or later will explode.
They don't have long again.
You understand?
You know what call?
They playing with money. They playing with money, Master Carl.
You believe?
Well, that's what they say. What do you say after them?
So how that $1 billion will be realized now, Deva? Based on what the Minister of Finance alluding to.
Yeah. I don't know how they will.
Because this one saying everything good, eh?
Yeah. Question again, Master Carl. How would they that bill that they just piloted through Parliament, how will that be financed?
And they say, they don't need money.
They don't need no loan for that.
Nah.
So that means that they already have money there that will cushion that 269.
Well, how they call them? They say that a long time, you know. So you representative, you say that.
Yeah.
They have a lot of money.
Yeah, they have a lot of money. So the supplementary that was proposed, that was put forward in Parliament.
So the lady what talk about they kill the dog in Carriacou.
Miss Madison?
Just now, them guns and them what they bring here to fight crime, they might send it up in Carriacou.
Yeah, in Carriacou, you never know. But that's an additional stress for persons for homeowners in Carriacou, because if persons decide to go ahead doing that, pilfering other person's material to satisfy their own needs, then something is wrong. What is the cause of that? What can cause persons to do that to others? Right? Wickedness is one, bad minds the other. But what about the support that those persons supposed to get and they are not getting? They are desperate to rebuild for their families. Right? So some of them resort to committing crimes to do that.
And some of them hearing how much them big boys are taking too.
Exactly.
Taking that into consideration.
And then there are some of them now who want to build back their house and they know they don't have access to those new houses that they want to build or even to go and face the lumber yard.
Which new houses? You want?
They want that Grizan, yeah, they want that Grizan and then propose. So, I mean, I have to compare. Ivan and Emily, the government of Grenada ensured that a majority of persons that were affected were given materials free. The government, the Catholic Church, and other organizations ensured that materials were given free to build back. Some of them were able to build back better. Some of them, it was a process. Because remember, Ivan 2004, Emily 2005, back to back. What would have happened if the government decided to sit down and say, you know what, let's wait and build back better? What would have happened to Grenadians during Emily time? Would that be exposed? You have to give people the assistance to help themselves.
Devon, during Ivan, we see 20 years now?
Yes, 20 years.
Yesterday?
Yesterday.
The government didn't have Chinese house on the ground?
Nope.
It as a result of Ivan, we get Chinese house.
And the Bolivarian, Venezuelan houses.
But now, these government have the houses and they don't give in people still.
Yeah. And they want to build and sell.
Where they get any money to build a house? Who sponsoring that money?
Well, that's what I want to know.
And who making the profit out of that?
That's a mystery.
We are paying tax.
The guy what say we doing better?
Yeah, the one that say we doing much better and we do have to borrow. And
why?
So, and he's in the middle, in the center of every single thing. Anyway, a lump sum of money is allocated within this government.
He did.
Rest assured that Grizan is there. Rest assured that Mr. Grizan is there. I mean, money is his second name or his middle name. You understand? And we want to know, we continue asking that question. Is the Ministry of MIT a legal constituted ministry? Please tell us. We are ignorant about that. Help us. Right? We are crying out for someone out there, a former parliamentarian or present parliamentarian. Tell us. The question that we are asking about MIT, is MIT the ministry headed by Minister Andy Greashand Williams, right? Is that ministry a legal constituted ministry? We want to know because you have implications behind that. Too much of millions of dollars is passing through that ministry. Unchecked, unheard of.
I like to use that word. I want to play bright here now. Here I will use to play bright. Unprecedented.
Unprecedented.
So I'm playing bright too.
Yes, we have to play bright too. Unprecedented things that is going on, especially, I mean, look at the minister that has the spotlight when it comes to money. The same minister who went in the church and confessed that he's a thief.
So, would the government give concessions on a container coming into Carriacou with everything in it to rebuild a house, asking for a friend? Somebody want to know that one? What answer?
Well, it's possible. It's possible they can, because there's something that was put in place by the previous government of returning persons coming in with a container with household items. You know, they were able to waive a certain tax, and so now that we in a disaster, mode, I would expect that the government would extend a hand and give some, wavering of taxes and so, all right, and not the $20 in VAT and that kind of thing. We want the people to rebuild. We want them to get free materials, right? When NMP, and I keep mentioning that, when NMP was struggling as a government in 2004 to help build back, they gave it free. Free. As they get it, they give it out. As they get it, a majority of people were able to build back their houses with anticipation of another hurricane. And we did get one in 1 year, not even 9 months after Emily. Understand? That's the difference. When you want to help people, give them help immediately to put themselves in order. And then we can talk about building back better. Not keeping them out in the sun and rain and promising them things as you go ahead to swindle the money that was given to help them. No. Give them the help so they can help themselves. Later on, we can talk about building back better. Give them the opportunity to help themselves, not to dictate to them what you want them to do. No. People must have the privilege, right, and the right to do what they want to do. With advice, of course, but never dictate. And what we have as a prime minister is a dictator. He playing Kim.
You think so?
Yeah, he playing Kim. He and his supporters, they playing Kim. You understand? The mighty ruler of North Korea, that is what they're playing. You understand? Elevating him as if he's some supreme being. And so, but all they will pay for that, But then again, we have to remember in the rally when all they call along a dead man. All they call along Maurice Bishop to come and put his spirit over Grenada. No wonder why certain things happening to us as a people. Invoking dead spirit. You understand? And these are the kind of things that people will say, oh, you're this and you're that. But we have to look at all these things, the things we say and do. In the future, what will happen to us? See the government we elect, look at what is happening to us now. Right? Look at the problems that we having. Poor management. Can't even manage one constituency out of 15 when there is a hazard, when there is disaster. Not even one, they could handle. Oh God, well, if it was all, what happened to us?
All would have fallen down.
Well, I can understand. And people making excuses for them. Stop making excuses for poor management, for worthlessness. And so you can't make excuses for these politicians who deliberately hurting and harming the people that they're supposed to help.
No, they don't believe in that.
I refuse to do that and call them honorable. And so they're dishonorable. All of them. But time alone will
You
tell.
have anything there, Igwe?
Time will tell. And as for us, my organization, NNP, we have to pay attention to what is going on.
Stay woke.
Stay awoke. Don't flew. We ain't fluing our way to go nowhere. We staying right here and help build this country because we are capable. But for us to do that, we must be organized. We must show the Grenadian people that we want to rule this country and to rule it much better than how this present government is doing it. We want to give the country, our fellow men, confidence in us to lead the process, to take them out of that trench that they are in. So to do that, we must be mindful of the things we do and how we do it going forward. The Grenadian people is dependent on us as an organization to do better than what is there. And we can. But for us to do it, we must be organized. We must speak with one voice. We are a democratic organization and we must act like it.
The Republicans.
The country is depending on us as an organization. As we move forward under whoever leadership, the NNP must remain focused to the task ahead. Rebuilding Grenada, restoring confidence in our people, giving them that assurance that yes, we are here to ensure that betterment will come.
I don't have no fear that NNP has to be the party to rescue, replace you.
We know we can, and we will.
Because the NNP has the track record, the NNP has the experience. And I always say, among the NNP people, we have the capacity. We've done it more than one time. We'll take a short break here and come back again.
Yeah.
Tell me candid, they too wicked, far too crooked. That is the frequent comment I hear. Too one-sided, underhanded, can't be trusted. This is the opinion, ear to ear. For their own abuses, they keep making excuses. Housing crack up over, they unleash their lawyer. Set up an inquiry just to get Kid Rowley. But they wouldn't sue the false paper screw. I don't need more close to tell them go. Hurry, pack up your bundle now. Stop fooling the people. The country taking a beating. So maybe I repeating. Go. They're like a natural disaster. Now. 10 times worse than Ebola. Like a dog with fleas and tongue on their knees. And I'm begging. Now we and I did one week. From the side to the country, streams turn into rivers, then into seas. Is why I'm singing. Now this is my humble petition. Another date for election. Go now, please. Accidental, detrimental, could be lethal. Are you willing to take that chance? Much too seedy, they too greedy, eyes too beady. Honeymoon end before the romance. We expect corruption, but now without check or interruption. That a few might stuff the pocket, but not racket by the pocket. From the constant comments, we get no recess. Before things fall apart and the riot starts. Even in chutney, I'll tell them go. Make it sooner than later. To protect the future, please. For the sake of we children and the next generation. Go. To safeguard our image. Before Griffith cause more damage. Like a dog with fleas and tongue on the knees. And I'm begging, go now. They try to stick me with rage me. They have more trick than Houdini. Streams turn into rivers, then into seas. Is why I'm singing. Please, Mrs. Kamala, of them minions, total villains, raking millions. Their slogan, we shall rise, it was so true. Tell John Public not to panic while them and they sidekick. Swimming in a pool of dollars so blue. Like meat eating vulture, they neglect agriculture. Mega fans of phony, Mama Guy Caroni, Sweet Man Glenn and Sharma, came face to face with the karma. And it was awful, gone through it too far. Don't need a big mouth to tell them go. Watch her and see they does follow now. Before we regret tomorrow, please. You're setting a bad example. Family values they trample. Go. It's only vice they desire. Now. Before the 5 years expire, like a dog with fleas, a dog on the knees. And a bleeding gold. Now before we end in bankruptcy. Before they empty the treasury, streets turn into rivers they need to seize. It's why I'm bleeding gold. Immediately. And don't forget your HECO. Now, please. Love to quarrel, always oral, highly immoral. They let the good doctor stab to death. Used to court him, once support him, no road to point for him. But once in power, they quickly forget. They love confrontation, so no mediation. The case by the Privy Council, but the warriors is settled. You see, you could make a fortune, filling up a lagoon. The environment is boost out its people too. Is why I want them go. With them old lies they peddling now. It's only PR they selling. They wouldn't tell me the whole truth.
Let me just tell you, I have no original idea. Every idea that I have, I get it from someone. Right? People think that Andy is so brilliant and everything. I have no original idea. I always get an idea from someone. Now, 10 years ago, Brother Cornwall, I could have been in prison. Right? I lost my job. And this lady right here and my dad bailed me out. Right?
And he says for the build back better ideas was he. So play it again, people here. So from a man saying he don't have no original ideas.
You have no.
All of a sudden.
Came up with that. I was in Carriacou on the airport, and the idea came to me. I had an architect right by me at the same time. And I said, listen, why can't we do boat houses with wall frame? He said, Andy, that's a good idea. And I'll show him exactly what I'm talking about. He took it and made it into a design. So what you see in the picture you had up there, the first picture of the house,
yeah,
that was my idea in terms of Project Build Back Better.
Nice.
And that's me thinking, how can I use my resources? How can I use what I have to help the people of Greater Carriacou and Peter Martinique? Because I know I'm here only for a while.
Yeah.
So while I'm here, let me do the best I can do for our people of Greater Carriacou and Peter Martinique.
Play that up to here. I want you to understand the guy.
I was in Carriacou on the airport, and the idea came to me. I had an architect right by me at the same time. And I said, listen, why can't we do boat houses with wall frame? He said, Andy, that's a good idea. And I'll show him exactly what I'm talking about. He took it and made it into a design. So what you see in the picture you had up there, the first picture of the house,
yeah,
that was my idea in terms of Project Build Back Better.
Nice.
And that's me thinking, how can I use my resources? How can I use what I have to help the people of Greater Carriacou and Peter Martinique? Because I know I'm here only for a while.
Yeah.
So while I'm here, let me do the best I can do for our people of Greater Carriacou and Peter Martinique.
You tell the truth. At
least
you know you did for a while.
I want to be the resources from GDB Bank he talking about. I say, Mike, play that again, people here, because we have to understand these guys and them.
Came up with that. I was in Carriacou on the airport, and the idea came to me. I had an architect right by me at the same time. And I said, listen, why can't we do boat houses with wall frame? He said, Andy, that's a good idea. And I'll show him exactly what I'm talking about. He took it and made it into a design. So what you see in the picture he had up there, the first picture with the house, that was my idea in terms of Project Build Back Better.
Nice.
And that's me thinking, how can I use my resources? How can I use what I have to help the people of Green and Peter Matnick? Because I know I'm here only for a while. So while I'm here, let me do the best I can for our people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Peter Matnick.
The computer screen does just turn off.
He say his resources. Because we asked the question earlier on the Ministry of MIT, but we hear any man saying, what are you going to do with his resources, So we need that to clarify. But they say he might go back on the same place next Tuesday. So we got to listen to hear what he go say about his resources again. The men and them do his nuggets.
Telling you.
You don't know call?
No.
Person could feel free to call him. Calling
final
and
15
ventilate.
minutes.
See what needs to be said. Go for them.
Don't hold it back.
Eh?
I give them a chance to talk. Don't hold it back.
No, man.
Come in.
Yeah, Igwe. So the same gentleman got claim he have no ideas.
Got an idea?
All of a sudden, on the road to Damascus, on the road to Carriacou, on the road to Grenada, he received
an idea.
Some idea. Build back better. And then we see the kind of houses we see, they are building for people. Because we could only speak on what we see. Because these houses are they're showing people they have to find that's the best thing they could have do for the people. But then again, like he say, he go use the best of his resources for maybe that is so the 15 million maybe is his resources. But that's why he's saying he go use his. By what them and them really taking this thing for a joke. The man comfortably saying he go use his resources, Igwe. Without the man don't even blinking. Then he said they don't take no loan, he laugh. So that one he tell the Prime Minister, he say, the Prime Minister don't vex with him because he know he lying.
Let me tell you something. I know PM, I know Prime Minister, if you hear me, I'm sorry. Right?
Yeah,
but Junior, they're talking about Treasury pregnant. If you were to come and look at the way we are managing the economy, we are in a much better position today than when we came in office. That is why we can have something like how we can borrow and not even think about taking a loan. Right? Because our Prime Minister, was the First Minister of Finance. He did a great job. Our Minister Cornwall is doing an excellent job. And the economy is solid. That is why we can have something like how we can borrow and not even venture into taking loans because we can manage our affairs by ourselves.
Okay.
Right? And that is the evidence. So don't let no one fool you until about you get $100 million like you was all the time. I think guess what? It is only 20% of what we need. 20% of what we need. And we are not in a crisis. We are the patches of Hurricane Beryl and we are not in a crisis. That is because we have managed the economy well.
You have a tune the gate, so you just say he lie.
He lie. He
damn lie. He's a filler. He know he lying. He start talk. Or the Prime Minister tell the Prime Minister sorry. He don't know you.
He lie. He damn lie.
Yes. He's a filler. And that's what we're going through in this country now, Igwe. The MIT minister could go on a program and just spew lies with no consequence. And before he started making a lie, he laughed, and he invoked the Prime Minister. You see, Mr. Prime Minister, from the same man who has no original ideas. What? The economy doing so well. But they don't build back the schools in Carriacou yet. I'd like to tell you how well the economy doing. This gentleman must understand. You have people with a degree of sense listening to him. So when you come back next Tuesday, I hope you speak some things of substance. And don't come back and talk this kind of utter nonsense.
DJ Greasy?
Huh?
DJ Greasy?
Yeah, because the people know you lie. You lie. And that is the sad part about their men and them kids. Because they just feel to mislead. Let me tell you.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, man.
Hi, man. Listen, we have how much months we have to go for the year to up again? 3 or 4?
How much gates?
4, 3, 4.
4, say 4 months.
Yeah, 4.
Well, we asking for election in the next 4 months, you know.
You demand that they call election this year?
Well, we got to let everyone know this year and call an election very early in January. We can't take it again. We can't take it again. You understand? We can't take it again.
You're under pressure.
We are under pressure. And before we start our next revolution, tell them give up. Please. Right.
That man very militant there, boy.
I was afraid when he talk, yeah.
He asks how much months to work. And then he make his demands. Why the economy doing so well? Why? Andy, play that thing again about the loan thing again. Because I want to ask him a question.
Which loan thing?
When you see the got to take loan, the last one you play, man.
Let me tell you something.
Get you not with me.
I know PM, I know Prime Minister, if you hear me, I'm sorry. But Junior,
no, you lying.
You're talking about Treasury pregnant. If you were to come and look at the way we are managing the economy, we are in a much better position today than when we came in office. That is why we can have something like how you can borrow and not even think about taking a loan. Right? Because our Prime Minister, was the first Minister of Finance. He did a great job. Our Minister Cornwall is doing an excellent job. And the economy is solid. That is why we can have something like how you can borrow and not even venture into taking loans, because we can manage our affairs by ourselves.
Okay.
Right? And that is the evidence. So don't let no one fool you until about you get $100 million like it was all the time. I think, guess what? It is only 20% of what we need. 20% of what we need. And we are not in a crisis. We are the purchase of Hurricane Beryl, and we are not in a crisis. That is because we have managed the economy well.
Boy, I don't know why the government sending Andy. Line up that case. I don't know why the government sending Andy to talk this nonsense. You're not taking loan, but you want to defer loan payments. So you're still making debt by extending the payment of the existing debt. Andy don't know that. Let me give him the evidence, Gates. Talk not evidence. Here's the evidence.
Question is to the Minister for Finance. With regard to the suspending of the escape clause, can you tell us when that will be done and what is the period of time that will be in place for?
Well, I can say that we have had extensive dialogue and discussion at cabinet level yesterday, and we have, based on the submission, we have certain things to still fine-tune and clean up. Certainly after that, we should be able to at least take that position next Monday and be able to at least inform the general public on the way forward with some other measures.
Now, within 24 hours, I think on the third news conference after burial, the Prime Minister announced that you had written to the international partners seeking a suspension of the loan agreements. Have you heard back from them, and what is the decision made with regard to that?
We have not sought a suspension of the loan agreements. What we have done is basically interact with them and utilize the measures that we are allowed under the loan agreement to defer payments if needs be. We began the process even before Beryl hit us on Grenada because we were aware, based on the meteorological information, that Grenada was likely to be impacted by Hurricane Beryl, and therefore, days before Beryl hit us, we already put things in motion to ensure that we can interact with our partners at the World Bank, IMF, and other entities that we borrow from.
Like Andy don't know that. I find them and keeping Andy in the dark. And Andy just boasting you up the Dennis.
But Andy know why.
Like you don't tell Andy nothing, man.
But Andy know why he does just chip out the grave.
Because the fact that Andy struggle and beg Mr. Prime Minister, well, razzle dazzle.
You working in the post office too?
You look like you working in the post office, yeah.
Because we do this, so.
Yeah, you looking like you working in the post office.
Okay. That's a new thing now, yeah?
Yeah. So, no loan, but you want to do pay loan. You want to defer the Fiscal Resiliency Act. And why is you? You this stupid, this one, they could send and do that stupidness? The rest one decided to go in because I feel Dennis go and do something, so. My representative is a fella, like I tell you, only he has hopes on now, because the performance of Andy don't give nobody no credence.
Yeah, but Dennis have to step up, man.
No, I don't know what.
Touch them.
Yeah, Dennis is the man that what they hope for now?
That he hope.
Yeah, that the only hope there is Dennis. Without Dennis, shitty the fan already. Yeah. So we just try this evening to ask some questions. One, about the competence of the Minister of MIT. Two, in his own utterances, he don't have original ideas.
True.
But the idea for Build Back Better so happens to be his. And then he talk about loan and don't take loan and thing, but he don't know. So maybe you have to say, Father, forgive this guy, for he know not what he's saying. Because I don't understand how a man who go on radio and you just don't know and anything. But you're going back Tuesday, I understand. So let me hear if you go change your tune Tuesday. Because you know them fellas and they bold face, eh? Shameless. You don't care. You don't take in loan, but you want to defer loan payment. And you have all what you have, right? So they just mischief. Because how long we say they just doing that to take the people money, you know.
Let me take that last call. Mm-hmm. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, we're hearing you loud and clear.
Okay. I have a burning question, and it's aching me in my heart. Can you explain to me, Gloria Thomas, under the NDC, she's the caretaker for a constituency, and also Delma Thomas is the representative for the NDC. Can you explain that for me, please?
But I can't explain nothing. One is a member of parliament and one is a senator. That's as much as I could think.
So who is the senator? Gloria Thomas?
Is the senator, and Miss Delma Thomas is the parliamentary representative for the area.
Under who? But she won the seat under NNP.
Yes.
So how comes? So who's she representing now?
Well, it's not NNP.
NDC.
It's not NNP.
Exactly.
You see, in some countries, they have what you call legislation for crossing the flow, and when somebody no longer want to be associated with that party, they have to go and seek a fresh mandate. But in our country, I don't think we have that.
Well, they're just jumping into things like that, and to me, the people in a constituency they don't even know where they stand. Are they for NDC or for NNP? Because she won that ticket, she won a seat under the NNP, and now she crossed over the floor to NDC with the same people, representing the same people, and Gloria Thomas won the same thing too.
Yeah, but
it's confusing me.
Yeah, confused with that one too.
Well, we living in a democracy, so that could happen. However, there are some countries that recognize that could happen, so they put legislation in place to stop it. What you call cross the flow legislation, but we don't have that yet.
Yeah, we don't have that yet, so we continue. So the people know who favor Delma Thomas, so they're going to NDC, although they're NMP.
No, not true.
I don't want to go into that.
No.
Let's pray to God the people in her constituency remember NNP, not NDC, because she crossed the floor and she gone to NDC and she come there telling a lot of lies. NMP stand for truth. NDC stand for lies. False, always saying false things, right, and not the truth. So therefore now I hope what she learn from NMP, try to turn the people and speak the truth, because I heard her in parliament telling a whole heap of lies, a lot of lies. So she better know where she stands. Anyway, you have a good afternoon. The time is coming to close. You have a good day.
Yes, and have a blessed week. So Iggy, we have...
We go see Mr. Carl one day.
All right.
We go see one day, don't worry.
Okay, take care, man.
Bye. Devon, have a good night. Bye.
Bye.
Tell me candid, they too wicked, far too crooked. That is the frequent comment I hear. Too one-sided, underhand.